Welcome to today's how-to video on Tosca test case design relations. Today I want to talk quickly about the topic relations within test case design. As you may know, in test case design section, you have on your test sheet level or even on sub-attribute level, different combinatorial methods available, like all combinations, orthogonal, pairwise, and linear expansion. There also is a combinatorial method, linear expansion relations. When it comes to generating instances linear expansion, on the given example of a breakfast scenario, you will have the following methodology applied. Tosca is generating a straight-through instance and is then varying this straight-through or mutating it in simply one instance. The benefit of this method is you will create a straight-through instance, which is the happy path or the most relevant use case, depending on the use case scenario. And you will create variants where you make sure that each of the instances you have assigned per attribute are considered at least once. This gives the test case and specific test focus, makes the test design quite and very well readable, and it's easy maintainable. So the problem we have is that this linear expansion method is not considering all of your business dependencies. And if there are specific dependencies between the instances of the test case design, then you would need to model it manually. But Tosca has a feature in place where you can model relations or business dependencies upfront before going into the combinatorial method, linear expansion. Let's quickly check the different relation types. We do have the relation type required. So I'm jumping to my test sheet, breakfast scenario. It's the complete same structure as we saw before. I'm switching to the relations tab and now have a separate menu on defining different relations and relation types. Press the button, relation plus. I select the relevant relation type required. And now I can model the relation within this menu. Let's say there's a specific combination of instances additionally required to our scenario, milk and banana. You see, I have selected two instances which are not a straight-through instance. So per combinatorial method linear expansion, this would have not been considered in the first place. For documentation purposes, I can even assign a name or a description to keep my structure clean and readable and transparent. If I now go back to the details tab, go on the test sheet, select generate instances, but this time linear expansion relations, you will see that Tosca has generated an additional scenario for my breakfast, like a combination of milk and banana is now additionally put to my test case instances. I can, of course, rename it. And have my dependency, a required dependency, reflected in my test case design. Let's check out the forbidden relation. I'm jumping to the next prepared test sheet. Switch to the Relations tab. Define a new relation, this time forbidden. And I will tell my attribute structure and instance structure what now is forbidden. Let's say there are different combinatorial relations with pineapple, which are forbidden as business requirement. Apple and coffee, very unhealthy. Apple and milk, not very recommended. If I now jump back to the Details tab, again, generate instances, linear expansion relations, you will see that a couple of scenarios are missing. The apple and tea relation we have here, but jumping back, apple and coffee, apple and milk is missing. But as the linear expansion makes sure that each instance is at least used once, you will see two additional scenarios being created, like coffee and pineapple and the milk pineapple. So linear expansion makes sure you have coffee and milk also within your generated instances. Business would now need to decide if pineapple is a corresponding or correct attribute instance for fruit. Let's have a look into the breakfast scenario and the relation constraint. I'm jumping to the Relation tab, define a new relation type constraint, and select the relevant instances that are constrained to each other. Let's say that the instance water is constrained to the pineapple instance because they have a close business relationship here. I'm jumping back to the Details tab, generate instances, linear expansion relations, and you will see that this combinatorial method has created one combination where exclusively water and pineapple is used. These instances are not used for one of the other test case instances. I hope you enjoyed this video.